Hey everybody, this is Ace of Spades 367, and today I want to be going over the new update for vaulting with the new scope, the vehicle updates, and the little bit of optimization. Now, as everyone knows, the vaulting was a pretty big deal because it would allow those to, one, who can't jump over low walls, have that ability now, and two, those who couldn't crouch jump. It really leveled the playing field per se, because there was a group of people who could crouch jump and there's a group of people who couldn't crouch jump. And it's still not every window, obviously, as you can see me try there, but it is a lot of the windows that you could crouch jump out of, and a lot of different areas to where it might be difficult to jump for some players. But as you can see here, it's pretty easy to do. Very simple. You could either assign the vault button to its separate key, or you can use it with its default one, which is space. And if you run towards the object that you're trying to vault over, it will throw you across of it. But if you just hop on it, or if you stand next to it and press the vault button, it'll have you on top of that object. By now, there's probably millions of videos on the new vault and everything that's capable of, everything that it does. So I don't really want to go too much detail on that. What I do want to go into detail about, though, is the vaulting on rocks and what it does and what it's going to do and how it looks. Honestly, I think the rock part needs a little bit more work. I know they didn't design it for that, but there's some instances where it kind of grabs onto nothing and it kind of puts you in this glitch, like right there. You can see I'm really grabbing onto nothing. My hands go through the rock and it just kind of puts me back down again. Again, I know it wasn't really designed for this, but I know I have been, and pretty much everyone else has been in a spot where you're on the beach and due to the circle you can't get into a spot where you can get up, so you're at the rocky part of the beach and there's just no way up. And I really wanted to see if this update would allow people to climb up and get into those different spots, because that would definitely change the way that the game's played. A lot of people ride coastal because they don't have to worry about rocks. But overall, for everything else, it really works. It's great for windows. It's great for pretty much hopping on any type of surface that you can reach. And I don't know the exact measurements or the exact height, but for the most part, you can reach everything realistically. And with that being said, in first person, it's definitely going to change the way that the game's played. Different vantage points. People aren't going to be in their normal spots, so it's going to change the way the game played. I did third person here, so you can kind of just see the vaulting. And I'll be honest, I like third person. Who doesn't like an extra way to view, right? Now, I do want to try and run out a window, excuse me, and vault out a window and see how that looks. To me, it looked pretty clean. There you go. Yeah, it looks really, really good. It will still won't let you vault over some of the other things like that. And if there's an object in the way, it won't let you vault either. Now, here's a cool little thing. It's going to definitely change the way that the game's played, because there's a lot of windows now that you can vault through that you couldn't crouch jump out of before. So a lot of those people who are camping in houses, it'll be a lot easier to reach them. They also did an update for the way that the UAZ sounds and the way that they took out the fifth seat. In the fifth seat, you could hit people with pans. You can kind of hide from a team of four, and they wouldn't know you're there because they all four fit in if they didn't look very well. But they did remove the seat. And I'm not 100% sure, but me going through the window could either be because of my PC or the game, as well as the tires not spinning. As you can see, the tires are not spinning at all. But as far as the optimization goes, the test server definitely looks a lot better, in my opinion. And it just feels a lot better and plays a lot better than the actual server does. I know they worked a lot on this update, and it definitely shows for the most part. Overall, it's definitely it's a good gaming experience. And they did also change the sound of the vehicle, as I mentioned before, you can kind of hear the gears changing, and the brakes are something else. I'm a huge fan of the brakes, and the way that they sound and the way that they play. Just overall, I guess you can kind of say it's realistic, quote unquote.
Oh, Atlanta.
So these are the ones that we need to use now?
Yeah, we can do that. I'll call them now. It takes about an hour.
Okay, thanks.
As long as they're not backed up.
Copy.
Now, as I mentioned before, it's going to change the way that the game is played. As you can see, I'm hopping in this window and hopping out of it that normally you wouldn't be able to. So it's going to give people an advantage on both sides: those who are camping the houses and those who are not camping the houses and they're trying to breach into it. Normally, you have someone up top looking out, and you have people watching the doors. But now, with people we want to come in anyway, it's definitely going to be different. And most people leave the doors open inside. And for the doors that are on the outside, they leave them closed so you can hear people. Well, now it's going to change a little bit. Here you can see me going landing for the rocks. This is the one thing I haven't seen a video on yet, and I really wanted to try, as I mentioned before, because to me this is going to kind of be a huge it's going to be a huge aspect of the game whenever the circle is very small and it's closing in, and you have people on the beach. You're not going to be able to ignore them as you once were able to, for the most part, depending on where the beach is, because if they're in a good spot, and if they're able to get up, they're going to come up behind you, and that be that. Overall, though, you can tell that this wasn't really designed for that, because you can see here me just trying to hop up and down, like as I mentioned before, grab on random spots for the rocks. It's not really as smooth as it is on any other surfaces, and I'm not faulting anybody by no means. I couldn't program anything if I wanted to save my life, but it just wasn't. I don't think the rock aspect of it was really thought of too much. But overall, it's a great update.
Here? Again? Okay, let me, cause they've been having issues with it. And I thought, whenever I went down there last, I thought I fixed it, but obviously not. So I will call and see if I can hear it again.
And the last thing I wanted to go over is the 8 times and apparently the 15 times. I couldn't get my hands on it 15 times, but for the 8 times and for the 15 times, you can zoom in and out, which I think is a really cool feature. Allows you to zoom in and tell the difference between a bush and a person. I don't know how it's going to affect the trajectory of the gun, because me, for one, I can't shoot someone standing still at 200-300 meters. So I'm definitely going to be the person to ask for that. But it is definitely a change. It's definitely going to change the way that people use the 8 times and the 15 times scope. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you like it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe.